Leon Edwards is eager to avenge his loss to Belal Muhammad as he prepares for his upcoming fight against Sean Brady at UFC London. Despite suffering a unanimous decision loss to Belal in July, Leon remains confident in his abilities and firmly believes he is the superior fighter. Reflecting on the defeat, Edwards expressed his desire for a rematch, stating, "I would love to run it back with Belal. I feel like it's difficult to say he wins. Like I said, I probably prefer Belal because he's the last guy to defeat me. Even though at halftime, I feel like that's one I need to get back. I truly believe I'm the better fighter between me and him, and I need to go out there and prove it again." Edwards' determination to reclaim his status is evident as he shifts his focus to his next challenge. He emphasized the importance of staying present and not looking past his upcoming opponent, Sean Brady. "But now, I'm focusing on Sean Brady." Leon said, "I'm focusing on going out there in London, getting rid of him, and then once I get rid of him, I can call out whoever is next." This statement highlights Edwards' strategic mindset and his commitment to taking one fight at a time, ensuring he doesn't underestimate Brady, who is a formidable contender in his own right. Leon's confidence stems from his belief in his skills and his ability to adapt and improve after setbacks. The loss to Belal was a rare blemish on his record, and Edwards is determined to rectify it. He views the defeat as a learning experience and an opportunity to grow, rather than a defining moment in his career. His focus on Brady shows his professionalism and his understanding of the importance of each fight in the highly competitive UFC welterweight division. As fight night approaches, fans are eager to see if Leon Edwards can deliver a dominant performance against Sean Brady and set the stage for a potential rematch with Belal Muhammad. Edwards' hunger for redemption and his unwavering self-belief make him a compelling figure in the sport, and his journey continues to captivate the MMA world. Will he overcome Brady and move one step closer to avenging his loss? Only time will tell, but one thing is certain: Leon Edwards is ready to prove himself once again. Jamahal Hill recently shared his thoughts on the potential for an immediate rematch between Alex Pereira and Magomed Ankalaev following their highly contested fight. Many fans and analysts have debated the outcome, with some arguing that Pereira should have been declared the winner. However, Hill is confident that Ankalaev's victory was decisive. Hill explained his perspective, saying, "Pereira had small moments, but there was no real big moment where he landed a shot that had a significant effect. Whenever Magomed hit him, especially in the couple of instances where he timed a counter and knocked Pereira backward, that was impactful." He emphasized that Ankalaev's strikes had a greater effect on the fight compared to Pereira's. Additionally, Hill pointed out that the damage visible on Pereira's face was more significant than what Ankalaev endured, further solidifying his belief that Ankalaev rightfully won the bout. Despite this, Hill strongly believes the UFC will book an immediate rematch. He stated, "I believe there will be an immediate rematch, no question. The UFC is going to do it. I was told back when Pereira fought Khalil that if Khalil had beaten him, there would have been an immediate rematch. So they're going to do it now." Hill referenced a previous conversation indicating that the UFC had already planned for an automatic rematch had Pereira lost in the past, making it likely they will follow through with the same approach now. When considering what adjustments Pereira needs to make in the rematch, Hill suggested that a return to his kickboxing roots would be the most beneficial. He acknowledged that Pereira displayed strong takedown defense in the fight, proving that he could handle Ankalaev's grappling attempts. However, Hill believes Pereira needs to rely more on his kicks to create better offensive opportunities. The biggest adjustment he can make is going back to his kickboxing base. He was strong and showed he could stop the takedowns, but working behind those kicks and setups will be crucial. The danger of Pereira's kicks will play a bigger role in the rematch. Hill also clarified that he has no personal bias against Pereira, stating, "People have asked me if I'm happy that Alex lost, and I'm not. I didn't really care who won." He acknowledged that Pereira's star power benefits the entire division by drawing more attention to it. However, he believes Ankalaev now has the opportunity to build his own legacy as the new champion. Justin Gaethje is making it clear he wants a title shot and he wants it now. Following his hard-fought decision victory over Rafael Fiziev over the weekend, Gaethje took to social media to demand his chance at the lightweight championship. In his post, he wrote, "I've won 3 out of my last 4 fights, only losing in an exhibition fight. I have to fight for the belt next. Dana White, I am ready." Gaethje's statement immediately sparked discussion among fans. While some agreed that he deserves a shot at the title, others were more focused on the wording of the post itself. Many longtime followers of Gaethje's career felt that the message didn't quite match his usual tone, leading to speculation that his manager Ali Abdelaziz may have been the one who actually wrote it. Abdelaziz is well known for being vocal on social media and frequently posting on behalf of his fighters. One fan humorously pointed this out by replying, "I love how you can immediately tell which tweets are written by Ali Abdelaziz. Shut up, Ali." The post was accompanied by a classic meme of Abdelaziz holding multiple phones, a long-running joke within the MMA community that suggests he controls many of his fighters' social media accounts. The lighthearted jab at Abdelaziz quickly gained traction, with other fans chiming in with similar reactions. Regardless of who wrote the post, the real question remains: does Justin Gaethje deserve the next lightweight title shot? Looking at his recent performances, Gaethje has indeed won 3 of his last 4 fights, with his only loss coming against Charles Oliveira in a title fight. His victories over Michael Chandler, Rafael Fiziev, and another top contender showcase his ability to compete at the highest level. However, the lightweight division is stacked with talent, and there are other fighters also campaigning for a chance at the belt. With Islam Makhachev currently holding the lightweight title and potential contenders like Arman Tsarukyan and Charles Oliveira in the mix, the UFC has some big decisions to make. Will Gaethje's demand be enough to secure him the next shot, or will he be forced to take another fight before earning his chance? What do you think? Should Justin Gaethje be next in line for the title, or does someone else deserve the opportunity more? Let us know in the comments. In other news, UFC lightweight champion Islam Makhachev is pushing the boundaries of his grappling game by experimenting with a new choke during his training sessions. As one of the most dominant ground fighters in the sport today, Makhachev is constantly evolving, looking for new techniques to strengthen his already elite submission arsenal. Given his reputation for suffocating top control, relentless pressure, and technical mastery of Sambo and Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, the addition of a new submission could make him even more dangerous inside the octagon. Makhachev's grappling has been a key factor in his rise to the top of the lightweight division. Following in the footsteps of his mentor, Khabib Nurmagomedov, he has built his career on an ability to neutralize opponents with relentless takedowns and punishing ground control. His submission game has already proven to be elite, with victories via arm triangle, kimura, and rear naked choke. Now, with the introduction of this new choke, Makhachev may have yet another weapon to surprise and overwhelm his future opponents. Although details about the exact technique remain scarce, fans and analysts are eager to see how he integrates it into his fights. Makhachev has been known to adapt his training based on upcoming opponents, and this could signal a strategic shift in preparation for his next title defense. Whether this new choke is a variation of a traditional submission or an entirely unique innovation remains to be seen, but one thing is certain: opponents will need to be prepared for another layer of danger when facing the reigning champion. With Makhachev's ability to dictate the pace of a fight and systematically wear down opponents, this potential game-changing move has sparked excitement among fans. Many are now speculating whether he will debut it in his next title defense, adding yet another highlight reel finish to his already impressive resume. One thing is for sure: Islam Makhachev continues to evolve, and the lightweight division should take notice. Meanwhile, Paddy Pimblett has fired back at Dustin Poirier. Pimblett responded to Poirier's comments that Michael Chandler would beat him in their upcoming fight at UFC 314. A few weeks ago, Poirier said, "I'm taking Chandler all day, go heavy on the money." In an interview with ESPN, Pimblett fired back, saying, "He said something about me the other day, didn't he? Saying it's legends only, and that he thinks Chandler will beat me. I think he should have more than one fight. He looked good in his last fight, so I don't understand why he'd retire when he's looking good. But yeah, I think I'd beat Dustin Poirier. I'd love to fight him." Conor McGregor has once again made headlines, this time by reaching out to Joe Rogan with an invitation of sorts. While McGregor's return to the Octagon remains uncertain if it ever happens at all, he seems to have a keen interest in making an appearance on the Joe Rogan Experience. Late last night, McGregor took to Twitter and directly messaged Rogan, writing, "What's up, Joe Rogan, my man? I messaged you. Are you looking for a guest on the podcast? I have a great one for you." Given McGregor's history of unpredictable moves and larger-than-life personality, this interaction immediately sparked speculation among fans. However, what makes this even more intriguing is the rocky past between the two. McGregor and Rogan have had several public clashes over the years. One of their earliest incidents occurred during UFC 229 when McGregor fought Khabib Nurmagomedov in one of the most heated rivalries in UFC history. During the fight, Rogan, who was commentating, pointed out an illegal knee McGregor landed on Khabib. This didn't sit well with McGregor, who later lashed out, saying, "That was an illegal knee on the head of a grounded opponent. Shut up, Joe, you little fool. What are you talking about? Smash this and smash that. What was smashed? My knee into his head. Yeah, sure. Call the cops." Their tension resurfaced years later after McGregor's horrific leg break against Dustin Poirier. Rogan made comments speculating about McGregor's possible PED use, considering how quickly McGregor had bulked up during his recovery. This prompted McGregor to fire back, accusing Rogan of never having fought in the UFC and dismissing him as someone who only competed in Taekwondo tournaments. In a twist of irony, McGregor also accused Rogan of using performance-enhancing drugs, despite Rogan being openly transparent about his use of testosterone replacement therapy, TRT, on his podcast. Given their past exchanges, fans are wondering whether Rogan will accept McGregor's offer or if he will simply ignore the tweet. An appearance by McGregor on the Joe Rogan Experience would undoubtedly be a major event, likely breaking viewership records. The podcast has featured countless UFC fighters and sports legends, but McGregor's ability to captivate audiences with his wild stories and sharp-tongued banter would make for an unforgettable episode. Would you like to see Conor McGregor and Joe Rogan sit down for an in-depth conversation? Do you think Rogan will respond? Let us know your thoughts.